Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast, where we what? We keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Cause why? Cause we ain't never ever scared. Hit that like button on your way in. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of any time I live stream in the future. Also, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I also have a goal set tonight of 15 super stickers or super chats if you would like to donate to my channel that way and help me reach my goal. Thank you to Aisha Howard. I appreciate you for kicking it off. And then also Ray Bands. Thank you so much for your super sticker as well. Let's get into it, y'all. Also, of course, I have my Cash App pinned if you want to donate that way. Let's get into the topic, y'all. I missed y'all. What's going on? Who's in the room? Of course, we got Ray here, Lisa Savoy, Just Jewels. What's going on, Terry Dow? Hey, Sabi. Simply Royalty. And again, thank you, Terry, for that copyright disclaimer. We have Letitia Cohen, Jackie Rogers. Lasonder, Vanessa Jones, Serenity Speaks, Robin Lotz, Blessed Beyond Measure. What's going on, y'all? That one, I think I said hey to A Stokes. Miss Witty, what's going on? Thank you, Callie Love, for that new membership. Hey, Martha Blanco, we about to jump into it, y'all. Now, let me say this before. I think I said this last night on Amber's panel. I'm just gonna hop right on into the topic. What I said was, and the reason I'm saying this is because obviously this live is about the live that Latoya and her husband did last night, where I don't really want to use the word expose because nothing was exposed. I didn't get any new information. There were no there were no real receipts dropped. When I say real, nothing fabricated or made up, no fake ultrasounds or anything like that. I'm talking about like actual receipts. We really didn't get any new information. The live primarily was simply just a bunch of venting, cursing, the brothers out, so on and so forth. So I am going to be careful about using the word exposed. But the reason why I'm getting ready to say this part is because I did see that Toya recently put a status up on her YouTube community wall where she basically is saying, that I don't know if she is still in members only, the live that she did, or if she's taking it out or what. However, I did see where Toya did post, the CC. Matter of fact, I don't want to put any words in her mouth. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the post right now so I can just kind of read it. Because I'm going to take my time with this live. It's not going to be a super long live, but I'm going to take my time with it because I want to make sure that I cover everything accurately and get my point, or give my opinion the proper way. So what did she say? Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a lot of anger in this post too. I've noticed that Toya seems to have a lot of anger towards the content creators, which is really weird because I'm not totally understanding what. I know that she has some beef going on with a couple of content creators or whatever, but it seems like she has a lot of anger and aggression towards the content creators. So what I want to do is read what she wrote here on YouTube. So she says, a lot of you content creators, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show it. Let me pull it up. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so about 10 hours ago. So she says, a lot of you content creators are nothing but hypocrites. Y'all praise one family member for dragging another family member. But when I tell my truth on how I feel and how I've been done, I'm doing it for money. Y'all are sick. Y'all are the reason why my whole family has been torn apart. Y'all can make reels and a mockery of my pain. It's cool. I know what I went through, and better yet, I know who I am besides the lies my family put out. I put my video that I did last night on members only because I refuse to let these lame content creators, I'm not sure who she's talking about, get free money. First of all, let me just say this. Free money. I was going to read this whole thing in its entirety, but I have to stop there because when it comes to content, and see this reminds me. Oh Lord, I've been thinking about this all day, y'all. I've been waiting to get this off, but I gotta apologize. I have a very busy schedule, and I have been super busy at work. I have not had time to come on YouTube to do like an actual live stream. So I apologize for my absence. But let me say this: there is nothing free. When you say free money, this is so reminiscent of Brianna. And the reason I say this, and I'm not trying to compare Latoya to Brianna, because to be quite honest, I don't know either one of those ladies. But what I will say is that there is a lot of blaming and blame shifting going on here. There's nothing free about a content creator. There's nothing free money when it comes to a content creator seeing content on the internet, whether it be about you, your husband, your family, a purple dinosaur, or whoever it's about. There's nothing free about that. It's called working. So if I see content, and what she did last night is content, because anytime you put your business on the internet, you're giving content creators the go ahead, the right of way to go ahead and break that down. And breaking down the live, the 4 to 5, however long it was live that you did last night would be considered work. So if I'm sitting on the internet, and I'm covering your live stream that you did, and I'm giving my opinion, I'm breaking it down to the best of my ability, giving my own life experiences or whatever, that is called working. That is not called free money. It's not a welfare check. I'm logging onto the internet, I'm turning on my StreamYard, I'm logging into my YouTube accounts, and I'm working, because I could be doing anything else, but I'm sitting here and working. Even if I don't get a super chat, a super sticker, or a cash app, I'm going to be paid by YouTube because I went live and I started talking. As a matter of fact, I have to put it on my taxes, so that will be considered a job. So there's nothing free money about being paid through YouTube for breaking down the content that you decided to bring to the internet. Nobody made you come to the internet and bring your family drama to the internet. Nobody, as a matter of fact, a lot of people try to sway you from coming on the internet. As a matter of fact, a lot of people try to say, hey, don't do this. Please don't go live and do what you're getting ready to do. So I don't think that it was people anticipating to break down your family drama, because from what I've seen, there was a lot of actual genuine people who are trying to stop it. But you are an adult and you did what you wanted to do. And so now the consequence of you doing what you want to do is people are going to break it down. Kind of like how Brianna likes to blame other people for breaking down the stuff that she brings to the internet. Is kind of the same thing. Okay, so let's move on. After she says that, she says lame content creators get free money off of my pay, at the same time saying I did it for money. These people go live every day telling lies and getting cash apps and donations. I have to stop you there. I don't want to jump too far ahead. But what I will say is, when you say that these people, I don't know, it bothers me to know. I'm going to read y'all comments in a minute. But it bothers me to no end when people are so vague. Because when somebody is vague about things, it makes me feel that there's some lies in there somewhere. Because if you're not exact about who you're talking about, it gives off gaslighting, it gives off incitement, when you're not clear about what specific instance you're talking about. So to just say that people, whoever these people are coming live lying for cash apps, we need to know who these people are. Because I do know of some content creators that come live almost every day and lie for cash apps, coffees, and super stickers. There are some that do that, but I would have just liked her to be a little bit more specific when it comes to what content creator she's talking about. Because the ones that she was big upping last night in her live are really the ones that do go live and lie every day for cash apps. So I didn't understand that portion there. There's a lot of contradiction in this status. Anyway, she goes on to say and make cash apps, donations, making wish lists with lies about my family. I could care less. Who believes me? I spoke the truth last night and I will do it again. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to stop her from doing it again or try to sway her from. As a matter of fact, before she went live, I didn't think it was a good idea for her to go live, but um, I definitely said I'm going to cover it because obviously this is an opportunity for content, and I didn't think it was a good idea, but if she's going to do it, why not? Um, Marcy, thank you for that super sticker. That one, thank you so much for that super sticker. Marcy says she has some anger and trauma issues from her childhood. It's beyond the internet. I agree. Hey, everybody coming in. Y'all. Keep in mind, I'm not ignoring your comments, but a lot of times when I'm sharing a screen, I'm on a whole different screen, so I'm not even seeing your comments until I come back to this screen. Hey, Scorpio Stings. Hey, Marcy again. Hey, Miss Mia, Christina, Deputy Sheriff Penn. Since y'all want to get paid, well, of course I want to get paid from YouTube. Why not? That's why I'm here. Well, if it's free money, then stop posting the Cash App and goes there. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I personally am going to continue to post my Cash App and my goals because I'm definitely not on here for free. That's not a secret. So when people say, "Oh, y'all here for money," well, of course I'm here for money. What I'm monetized. Why would I not? Why would I not post my Cash App and super stickers? I think it'd be quite disingenuous to say that I'm not interested in being paid. If that, it's a whole process to get monetized on YouTube. Once you reach a certain amount of subscribers, and watch time, what's it called, y'all? Watch time hours. You have to actually fill out some paperwork. You have to send some stuff off in the mail. You got to do a lot of stuff to get monetized. So obviously, anybody who's actually monetized on YouTube should never say I'm not here for the money, because you are, because you went through the process to make sure that you got monetized. Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Hey, everybody coming in. Thank you, Callie Love. Thank you, everybody helping me get to my goal. Okay, so let me get back on track. So let's get back on track here. I'm sorry, I'm pulling something up, y'all. Okay, so let me pull this down. Now, what I want to say is that first of all, what I saw last night, what I was waiting to hear last night anyway, is what is exactly it was that LaTruth and Kevin did to Toya. So I was waiting to hear that. And then I was also waiting to hear what Kevin and LaTruth did to her husband. Okay. Here's so Deputy Sheriff. Deputy, I'm gonna answer your questions respectfully, but if and only if you become combative or you begin to distract me from my topic, then I'm just gonna go ahead and block your comments. But for right now, you're good. She says, what make y'all so much better than her if she decides to get on here and tell her story? She wants to make money just like y'all do. Well, I don't think I even got to that part yet. So if you're saying that she got on here to make money, then that would be your opinion. So remember, you're giving your opinion. You just came over here and you haven't heard me say not one time that I believe that Latoya Foster and her husband went live last night for money. Did you hear me say that? I don't think you did. But what you did hear me say, though, was you heard me read her status that she put on her community wall, where she said that the content creators are trying to get money, are trying to, my bad, y'all, something popped up, are trying to get money by possibly streaming her live that she did last night and doing commentary on it. So that's what you heard me say, hon. You never heard me say that she went live to get money. So what you're doing, Miss Deputy Sheriff, is you are projecting your own feelings onto me. I never said that, but thank you for letting us know that you think that she went live for Cash Apps and super stickers. Okay. Now let's move on to what I was getting ready to do. You know what this situation reminds me of? Only in the reason, hey, what's going on, Pimo? Hey, Danny. The only reason why I say this is because, again, last night when I took my time, I listened to it, and I was trying to pinpoint not necessarily what, because these are two separate things, right? Not necessarily what she was mad about or what she was saying that she was mad about. I was trying to pinpoint what they had done to her to get her to do what she was doing. And I never quite heard what they did. Now I heard her husband be very disrespectful in typical, OB fashion. He's always disrespectful. So I wasn't surprised to hear him cussing out her family like that because she allows it. So I wasn't surprised to hear that. But again, what I was trying to pinpoint was what exactly did they do to you to make you go live about this right now? Now, if somebody else possibly heard what they did, you can drop it in the chat. I might have missed it. I didn't see exactly what they did. But what I do want to say, y'all, I got this song, right? It's one of my favorite songs by Jay-Z. It's called A Dream. And this song, since this saga start, not since it started, but since LaTruth has really been under attack, I'm telling y'all, this song reminds me so much of what he's going through. It's called A Dream, y'all, and there's one particular part in the song where he's talking about Jay-Z's talking about how people are trying to take him down and the reason behind it. And he says, I said, jealousy, I said, got the whole industry mad at me, I said. Then I said, remind yourself, nobody's built like you, you designed yourself. And so that's what I saw. That's what I heard when I heard your husband. I heard jealousy is what I heard from your husband. And I heard jealousy from you. I heard jealousy. Because the only thing that I kept hearing was he think he this big time superstar. He think that he this and he think that he that. He run around here with all of this money and I was still in the hood. I have to call and beg them for something. It's giving that you're upset because of where they are financially. It's giving that you are upset because of the support that they have. That's how it's coming off. Now, if that's not what it is, okay, maybe that's not what it is. But one thing that I will say that, and I could be wrong, again, this is my opinion, but like I said, once you throw something out there, it's free game for the content creators to cover it, baby. Get mad, get glad, get sad, whatever you want to do. But what I will say is, Toya, you remind me of the type of person that will love somebody until you don't get your way. And then the moment you don't get your way, you forget about all of the things that they've done for you in the past. You forget about all of the encouraging words that they've given you in the past. You forget about the tens of thousands of dollars that they've given you in cash apps in the past. If that one time you don't get your way. And that's not a good way to be. Now, that can be argued. You could say, Upper, that's not true. But that's what I see. And that's what a lot of people see. And like the old folks used to say back in the day, let me pull something. Well, like the old folks used to say back in the day, everybody's not lying on you, honey. It's not everybody else. If more than this, a certain amount of people are saying the exact same thing about you, there may be some validity to it. It doesn't mean everything is true, no. But if all of these people, hold on, y'all, pause this, are saying the same thing about you, then I personally believe, because this is my channel and my opinion, that there's some validity to it. Now, when you came live, there were a couple of things that you said that I was confused about. One of those, you and your husband, one of those things that you said was that people get on here and post GoFundMes for lawyers that they never get. People get on here and post GoFundMes and beg, and that's what people are on here for, right? But I don't even think that the anger is about the GoFundMe. I don't think that the anger is about, or the problem that you have with your brother posting a GoFundMe was that he didn't get an attorney. I think that the issue that you have with your brother is that in the past you have also attempted to post a GoFundMe, but the difference is that your GoFundMe only got $155. So I believe that it's not about what they're doing. It's about the fact that you're trying to do the same thing, but you can't exactly get where they are. You can't understand why they are being uplifted and supported and loved, and all of the supporters are flocking to them and doing content on them and defending them, but you're not getting the same love. Now, I understand that. You're upset about that, but that's not their fault. Another thing that you continued to say last night was, yo, fuck ass supporters. Yeah, because all your supporters gonna do is such and such. You constantly spoke about what's going on corporate thugging with Mika, what's going on Harmony Speaks, hey my dudes, Chat and Shoe, who else? Elizabeth, Christina. You constantly last night kept on talking about his supporters. So when I was trying to like really figure out what it was that you were angry about, I started listening. I said, oh, she's mad at the supporters. And then I said, well, you also said that all of these people before you ever went live and did what you did last night have been going live on you. All of these content creators are going live on you. And I said, who could she be talking about? I know Amber done went live on her because they got their little beef or whatever going on, but I couldn't figure out who else she could have been talking about, because to my knowledge, nobody else goes live about Toya. So this is what I want. I want Toya to tell us why she really mad. Cause I know that you're not mad at your brothers because you don't think that they love you. You couldn't be mad at them because you don't think that they don't support you, because they have shown many times, many times on social media where they have supported you and spoken life into you. But the moment you think that they're not doing what you want them to do, or moving how you want them to move, or moving how you think that they should move, or how you would move, it's time for an exposure. I'm still waiting on the exposure because I didn't hear anything last night. But I did look, I was doing a little bit of research today, y'all, because that's what I do. I have seen a couple of people that have come live in Toya's defense. And a lot of those people that have come live in Toya's defense, I'm not knocking anybody's opinion or take on a situation. But here's my thing. Listen, if you're going to defend somebody, or if you're going to come live and give your opinion, do so intelligently. Do so with some sense. Because if you come on here, bitch, nigga, this, bitch, and motherfucker this, motherfucker that, what are you really saying? What you're saying is that you don't have anything to say. You don't have any valid points. You don't have anything to say to directly have a valid argument to defend this person. What you're saying is that you just gonna go live to be ignorant. You ain't really got much to say. Your vocabulary is extremely limited, and you're taking things personal. Me, I'm not taking anything personal because I don't know any of these people. All I'm doing is speaking on what I've seen. So Toya, one thing that you said, this is what you said last night, okay? You said that your brother's never been there for you. You've been out here fighting for your brothers. How Kevin is a part of this, I'm not sure, because I don't think I've ever really seen you go live and defend Kevin about anything, right? But this is the message that I found while I was doing my research. What's up, Queen Fee? That Kevin gave to you. And this is just one of many. This is just one of many times that Kevin has come live and spoken life into you and tried to support you and tried to uplift you and tried to give you encouragement and tried to tell you how to deal with the trolls, how to move, not to let them tear you down, not to believe what they say. So when you say that somebody doesn't care, nobody's going to sit there and put a message out to you when they don't care. So this is what Kevin said on one of the posts that he made on Facebook. I didn't look through YouTube yet, but I will. Where he says, "This is a message to my beautiful baby sister, Latoya's Unique Boutique. You be encouraged." Okay, let's take a listen to the message he gave.
Everybody dies, even you and me. Death is nothing that we can escape. Therefore,
I'm going to start it from the beginning.
Foolish child, whoever you are, everybody dies, even you and me. Death is nothing that we can escape. Therefore, it's not a laughing matter. Now, if your mother's alive, I don't believe it is, because I believe I know who's exactly behind this post. But if your mother is alive, that is a good thing and you should be grateful. But you just keep on living and remember your words. Okay? Now, goodbye. You're not worth our energy. Sis, please understand that these words are to infuriate you. Don't allow them to. If this is not who we think it is, it's a person who means even less to you, right? Because this is just a fan. What do they have to do with anything if it's not who, of course, we think it is, right? So if this person did all of that stuff, just block them. When they message you, block them. What you focus on expands. What you ignore goes away. Do not give them your energy. Do not let them upset you, love. Keep on creating. You're doing amazing, okay? Don't let them get you off your square. People will always try and say harmful things. They'll even disrespect the ancestors to offend you. Don't you allow someone speaking over someone who is passed on to offend you. They are no longer a part of this world. Our mother would not want you being upset over what somebody says about her. Do you understand? So we're not fighting, like we're not going to be fighting dead people's wars here. Okay? Everybody dies. It should show you how disrespectful someone is willing to be just to make you angry. Okay? They would disrespect the ancestors. Half these people wouldn't even point their finger at a graveyard. They wouldn't even walk to a grave knowing the person won't get out. And they wouldn't say that to a grave. But they'll say it to you to anger you. Don't let these people anger you. They're shells of themselves. They're just trying to anger you. There's nothing to them. See, you think they're real like you. So you think there's something to what they're saying. So that's why it infuriates you. They're not. They're just, I promise you, they're nothing. Anybody who's acting like that, trust me, they're nothing. Be encouraged, love. You're going to get much more of this now. You're becoming a star. You sent this message to me, so I just wanted to let you know that's how I would respond. Everybody dies. I don't see what the big deal is.
So it seems here like from what I'm understanding is that Toya sent a screenshot of a message from some fool named Jonah Mills who made some very distasteful comments about their mother. And she wanted to know, I guess, how her brother would respond. So he posted this and he showed her publicly how he would respond with class, of course, and basically giving her words of encouragement and telling her, look, because your platform is growing in so many words, because he said you're becoming a star, because your platform is growing, you're getting more traction, more people are following you, you're going to continue to deal with messages like this. You're going to continue to deal with these types of issues. So just understand it is only being done to infuriate you. So he was giving her those words of encouragement, right? So sometimes, let me say this, and this live, I want to be clear. This live is not to bash Toya or her husband. I'm simply giving my opinion, but I'm trying to, whether she's going to accept it or not, I'm trying to make sense of things and show some examples of instances of when things happen that she said never happened. Because oftentimes when some people, not everybody, but some people have that mentality to where they're so used to getting what they want, or they're so determined to get what they want, that they forget the instances that a person took time out of their day. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with taking money out of their pocket. Okay. Sometimes simply somebody taking time out of their day to pin a message to you, or to post a video dedicated to you, or to give you words of encouragement when they really don't have to. These are things that show you, hey, I support you. Hey, I'm fighting for you. Just like Toya said last night, this is an interesting thing that she said, that, listen, when I am listening to something, I don't just listen to it. I literally break it down in my head as it goes. One thing that Toya said is that because people are so turned off by OB's distasteful nature, his cursing and yelling and just flat out ignorance, right? Most people are turned off by that type of thing, rightfully so. Um, but one thing that she says, of course, because that's her husband, she's gonna say what she has to say to defend him, no matter what. Thank you, Love Cat, for that super sticker. Thank you, Aisha, for that super chat. Hey, let me go up. Thank you, Love Cat. Thank you, Aisha. Hey, D Ham. Hey, Auntie Pmo. Whoever else I didn't speak to. But one thing that Toya said was, you can't tell people how to fight. Now, that's one thing that I agree with to the utmost. But it seems like people only use that example when somebody goes too far. It seems like when somebody goes too far, like when they say something very derogatory, or when they say something very out of pocket, or maybe even something that could get them canceled, or even when they're fighting physically and they've gone too far fighting, or maybe they've pulled out a weapon when it was really unnecessary, somebody will come out and say, hey, well, you can't get mad at them because you can't tell them how to fight. Well, let me say this: when somebody is not as aggressive as you want them to be, when somebody is not cursing and screaming and they're able to articulate themselves intelligently, they're able to get their message across, that's also fighting. What he did here is also fighting. This here is exposing whoever wrote that nasty message, and in their face telling you how to handle them. That is also fighting. Your brother coming on your platform when you were crying because you felt unsupported for whatever reason, that is also fighting. Your brother telling content creators last night, even while you allowed your husband to call him a bitch ass nigga, dick in the mouth ass nigga, dick sucking ass nigga, and everything else under the sun that he possibly could call him. Even in that moment, your brother said on his platform and said, nobody better ever call my sister out of her name in my presence and think that they're going to come across me and that everything just going to be cool. Even in that moment. So that is also fighting. So while you last night, Toya, were fighting against your brother had a chat full of people who were very pissed off with what you were doing, and he was still defending you in that role. So I need you to think about that. Just because someone is not fighting how you want them to fight does not mean that they aren't fighting. And your words, not mine, you can't tell people how to fight. You can't tell your brothers how to fight. And also, it takes some maturity, because I don't know how old Toya is. Lord, she might even be older than me. But it takes some maturity and some growth, some mental growth, and some emotional intelligence to understand that sometimes silence is fighting. Sometimes saying nothing is fighting. Sometimes withholding the ammunition from the enemy is fighting. Sometimes walking away is a fight. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is fighting. Throwing blows, calling somebody a million bitch ass niggas, that's how your husband fights. And obviously, you married him, so you're attracted to that type of fighter. You think that that's okay. You sat back and you allowed him to do it, so I'm assuming that you think that that's cute. You think that's okay. And I don't think that's okay, but guess what? That's how he fights. And that was the excuse that you gave him last night. But it doesn't just go one way, it goes both ways. That's how he fights. So you're going to have to respect how Kevin fights. I said, let me pull this. I said, because I got some other stuff that I want to present, but I sat here today and listened to, you know what? I'm just not even gonna, but it is, let me just say this, because I can't even get the, I almost can't even get my thoughts together when thinking about this person. Because they I'm trying to, they disgust me. They disgust me. I almost want to hurl when I think of this motherfucker. That's how bad it is. I sat here, it's a person that will sit there and call somebody a bitch and disrespect somebody's wife that has never disrespected them is the lowest of the low. You about on the same caliber as the gum that I step on when I'm walking outside up underneath my shoe. Okay? I'm gonna leave that at that. But those are the type of people that you have fighting for you. But let me tell you what strength is. Strength and power is sometimes in silence. And let me speak on his wives real quick before I move on. Let me speak on Kevin's wives real quick, because I'm not going to talk too much about that person. I'm not even going to say that person's name because they don't even have a place on my platform. My platform is far too dignified to even speak that type of person's name over here. But what I will say is, you know what strength is? Strength is sitting back, allowing someone to disrespect your union, allowing someone to call your life partner a bitch, a side chick, a hoe, or whatever else, and be silent. The strength that his wives display is unmatched. It's unmatched. It's very much so weak to come on this internet and disrespect a woman that you don't even fucking know in that manner, and disrespect her union because you don't like her husband. Pathetic is what it is. It's weak and it's pathetic. And you're the lowest form of a woman if you come on here and ever done some shit like that. Okay? Now, you're not a woman if you ask me. You're not a woman. I don't know what the fuck you are. Now, I don't know what the fuck you are, an animal or something. A wild fucking beast. I don't fucking know. But anyway, I want to play this too, because this is another thing. Because you know what? It's so much shit that was said yesterday that just didn't make sense to me. I want to bring this up too. Another thing, this is something that OB said that I want to mention. OB. And you want to know what I think about OB? Let me tell you what I think about OB, right? And this is what I think, not what I know, but what I think, because like I said, I don't know. But what I think is OB, listen, I'm from Chicago. I done heard the worst of the worst. Don't nothing that he say even like, it don't even like, I don't even flinch when I listen to him. I'm sorry. I don't know about nobody else, But I just be like, okay. I think OB really think that words is gonna like stop somebody from feeling how they feel, like calling somebody a million bitches or whatever the case is. What is that gonna do? Is that gonna stop people from giving their opinion? Is that gonna stop the reality of what's happening? Is that gonna stop y'all from being wrong in what you're doing? So you call me a bitch, I could call you a bitch. You call me a bitch, I could call your mama a bitch. Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, all of that tough talk and all of that cussing, like that don't shake shit. It sounded like a chihuahua to me. All of that barking. That's what it sounded like. A whole bunch of fucking barking. Let me pull this down. I might speak a little bit more on him. I don't know. But I want to say this. OB, you said this last night. You said LaTruth ain't shit. You said LaTruth was nothing before Brianna. And he won nothing until that divorce. That is subjective. I don't agree with that. And the reason I don't agree with that is because I've seen the numbers. I've looked at both of their numbers. I looked at his numbers before he met Brianna, and I looked at Brianna's numbers before she met LaTruth. So what you're saying is a lie. Because what I do is I don't just say what I think. I look at the facts, I look at the numbers. That's a lie. So I'm telling you now that it's a lie. But what I also want to say is that you're very, very much so, you're very much so unappreciative. Because I'm gonna say this. You wouldn't even have the exposure that you have if it wasn't for the nigga that you was on here cussing out. If it wasn't for LaTruth, nobody would know who the fuck OB was. If it wasn't for LaTruth, nobody would know who the fuck Toya was. So while you getting on here trying to drag somebody and talking about how they ain't shit and don't nobody know them where they from, nobody would know you if it wasn't for him. If it weren't for him doing shit like this, hold on, let me pull it up. Where is it at? Where is it? Hold on. Come on. Don't tell me I lost it. Y'all, if this is somebody texting that I that's watching, you guys try not to do that. Hold on. Oh, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I want to play something for you guys. So, OB, for you to say that nobody knows the truth, he ain't shit, he ain't blow up until after this. Well, shit, hell, if LaTruth didn't blow up until after the divorce, hell, you didn't blow up till after the divorce. And nobody knows shit about you or Toya until this LaTruth saga popped off. So y'all need to give credit to when it's where credit is due. Because see, the thing about it is, Toya, you're mad, and let's just call a thing a thing. You mad because you don't have the support that your brother had. You're mad that you don't get the money that your brother gets. You're mad that you haven't received the support and cash apps and GoFundMes and everything else that your brother gets. But the truth about it is, this is not your saga, Toya. So when you get mad, I remember when you came live because you were upset that a lot of the content creators were not supporting you and they weren't covering all of the stuff that you were going through and how you've been lied on and how you've been drugged. And this is not your saga, Toya. This is Brianna's saga and LaTruth saga. This not the Toya saga. This ain't the OB saga. So you got drugged. So you went to jail. So I got drugged. I ain't go to jail though, because I ain't crazy, but I got drugged. My address was leaked. My job was leaked. I've been talked about. My family been talked about. So we all been drugged. So what? The truth, they never came on here and defended me. So what? I made a conscious decision as an adult to get online and cover a story. Just so happened that the story I'm covering has some psychotic bitches in it that just couldn't take listening to somebody give their opinion if it didn't align with theirs. That's it. But other than that, think about this, y'all, because y'all expect a lot from one man. If LaTruth really sat on here and defended every fucking body that got attacked that supported him, the nigga wouldn't get no sleep. Everybody that supports him gets drugged. Everybody that supports him gets attacked. Everybody that supports him gets doxxed. We done heard a whole content creator that supports Brianna say that she spent money on a system to look up our backgrounds. We all was getting doxxed. We all were getting drugged. We all was getting our backgrounds run. All of us. All of us ain't go to jail. Now I ain't gonna catch no charge behind this shit. You understand? But we've all gone through things. And guess who defended me through all of that? Not a motherfucking soul. Do you think I care? I'm 37 years old. I make my own choices. And whatever comes from my choices, I have to live with. Nobody else. Me. My choice is my choice. You made the choice to defend your brother. Before you made the choice to defend your brother, you knew that your brother was not one of those people that was going to come on the internet and be fighting back and forth like that. You knew that. That's why you got to come on here and defend him, because he wasn't going to do it like that. It's been 3 years, and all of us, I think, can count a handful of times that LaTruth, or maybe on our two hands, that LaTruth has had to come on here and cuss somebody out. But it ain't been a whole lot of times that he's had to come on here and address some shit. I've seen LaTruth getting completely drugged through for filth. And then in the middle of him getting drugged, I've seen him come live with a wig on dancing, not totally ignoring what's going on. I've seen him do that. But you want him to defend you more than he defends himself. All of you, and this is my opinion, all of you all are adults. You're an adult. You have your own family, just like they have their own families. They are not indebted to you at all. I have two brothers and a sister. I'm the baby of the family. And I still know better than to say, oh, I need $100. Let me just call my brother and ask for $100. And if he don't give it to me, then I'm gonna get. He has a family. As an adult, figure it the fuck out. Especially as a married adult. I heard you on. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second, y'all. You're a grown. My bad, y'all. You're a grown adult. Figure it out. It is not anyone else's responsibility to give you gas money. It's else's responsibility to make sure that your children's medical bills are paid, or that you can get their prescription, or that you have food in your refrigerator, or that you have new tires on your car. That's your responsibility, nobody else's. Nobody else's. And especially, like I said, as a married woman, for you to be on here, and I'm just gonna say it, Toya, okay? Because I've never had an issue with Toya ever. But when I have to speak the truth, it's within my personality. I got to give my opinion. But for you to get on here last night, I wish I could find a timestamp. Lord have mercy. If somebody could find it, please send it to me. For you to be on here last night, as a matter of fact, I might take my time and try to find it while I'm playing this video I'm getting ready to play. But you sat on that live and was screaming to the top of your lungs. And you said, I was out here by myself. I was out here working, trying to pay bills, taking care. I was doing this shit by myself. While your husband was sitting right there. I don't even think that you realize how crazy that looked. I don't even think that you realize how insulting that is or that was. But I don't, the crazier part about it is, I don't even think that OB cared that you said that. I don't think that it even crossed his mind that you said that. For you to literally see, here's the thing, Toy, and see, this is what we have to be careful of. When we are working hard to try to dig a hole for somebody else, sometimes we end up falling in. So your whole objective last night was to go live and make your brothers look as horribly as you could make them look. And what you ended up doing was making yourself look horrible. You made yourself look terrible. If anybody was exposed or if anything was exposed last night, it was your marriage. It wasn't your brothers. It was your household. It was what you and your husband are in need of. It's what your husband is lacking. It's what your husband is lacking in the financial department. If anything was exposed last night, it was y'all. Because there is absolutely no reason in the world that you should have been on live last night. Get mad. I really don't give a fuck because it's the truth. And regardless of what side you're on, regardless of if you own the Brianna side, the LaTruth side, whoever side, you're phony as fuck if you can't at least admit that that looked crazy. For you to be sitting next to your husband, screaming and crying, talking about you was by yourself financially, and your husband sitting right there. And you sitting there screaming about how your brother's got all of this money and throwing all of this money around. Meanwhile, you was in the hood. That ain't your brother's fault. It's not their responsibility to get you up out the hood. It ain't their fault that they found success on social media. How can you be angry at somebody's success? That's jealousy. So we're getting down to what you really mad at. Now, if you was a single mama of 3 kids with no husband, I could see you being, I still don't see you because I'm a single mama of 3 kids, and I'd be damned if I get on this motherfucker yelling and cussing my brothers out because they ain't give me $50 when they got their own goddamn families. Okay, that's just crazy. That's crazy. But what I will say is, Toya, don't do that no more because you exposed you. You exposed yourself and you made yourself and your husband look very bad last night. You started to get so upset that you didn't even realize that you were exposing yourself. You didn't even realize that the real reason that you were upset was coming out. It doesn't have anything to do with your brothers not defending you. Your brothers have been this way for years. I'm sure they haven't changed. LaTruth is known for not responding, so that couldn't be it. You're upset about the support. You've been talking about it for months. You've been talking about how all of your brothers supporters no longer support you. We're going to get into that in a minute too. But before we get into that, another thing that I do want to say, Toya, is that, you know what, Toya, I don't think you may have said it. I don't quite remember, but I do know for a fact that OB said it. OB said he gave props to Janelle. And then he also went on to say, and you agreed, that you guys don't really have an issue with Brianna and that you really don't know Brianna. And then you went on to say, Toya, that Brianna is not, you don't know if she's a good wife, a bad wife, a good mama, a bad mama. You just really just don't even know. You just don't even know. But we're going to get into that in a minute. But first thing I want to get into is, Toya, you also said on your live and said, you also said on that live now, girl. Now, you know I got to call you on this one, girl. And shout out to the person that sent me this a few weeks ago, because it has definitely come in handy. Girl, now you know I got to call you out. You said on your live and you said that LaTruth supporters called DSS on you. Now, Toya. Toya. We gotta take a little trip down memory lane, okay? Because I want you, because you may have forgotten. This was a few years ago, so it's quite possible you don't even remember being on Tasha K. I know you smoked that green. You smoked that you and OBB over there smoking that Reggie, getting headaches and shit. It's possible you might have forgotten, but I'm gonna remind you, because you said that the LaTruth supporters was calling DSS on you and everything else. And you said you really don't know. You said that she ain't never really did nothing to you. So from what I'm getting is, it's okay for you to forgive Brianna, because long before I saw LaTruth dancing with Queen Fee, I saw you liking Brianna's comments. Now, I could be wrong, but I thought that Brianna and LaTruth was arch enemies. They might be have a child together, but you was over there mingling with the enemy long before LaTruth ever was. But let me remind you of what you said, because last night you said something very different. Now we all know I don't care for Amora at all, child. But what I will say is she was right when she said, "Where are the receipts? What exactly did you lie about?" Because she said, "Oh, they had me out here lying. He had me out here lying for him." And what did you lie about? Because if you're gonna say that, Toya, people ain't gonna side eye LaTruth. They're gonna start side eyeing you. So what you telling me is that all of this was a lie?
He had these people fake calls. None of this was true. Nothing she said was true.
The allegations that was made, did she come out? Because I was looking for the video. Did Miss LaTruth come out and say to her followers that your daughter, we're not going to mention your daughter's name, say her name or whatever, that her stepfather was inappropriately doing things to her?
Yeah, and that was a whole lie.
Platform and said that.
Yeah, that was a lie. She went.
Oh, wait a minute now, OB. You also, hold on, OB. Wait a minute. Now, OB, you also said that Brianna ain't never did nothing to you, said nothing about you. You ain't never talked to that girl, and you ain't got no issue with that girl. But Toya on here, Tasha K, saying that she said that you SA'd your own daughter, your stepdaughter, Toya's daughter. That's the type of shit that Brianna said. Now you telling me, now let's just take this on back. Let's rewind this on back. Now you telling me that y'all forgive Brianna for saying that OB SA'd Toya's daughter. According to what Toya is saying here on Tasha K, that's what she's saying now. And what you're saying now, I don't smoke Reggie, so I comprehend very well. And I know what I'm hearing here. You said that Brianna said that OB messed with your daughter. But you forgive Brianna, but you're mad with LaTruth because you're saying that Queen Fee said that you SA'd or something like, or that your son, which is not true. Let me just correct that. Queen Fee ain't never said that. If she said it, strike me. If she said it, show it to me. Then if Queen Fee said that, somebody needs to show me the screen recording, because I know it got to be a screen recording if she said it. So you mad about a lie because she didn't, because Queen Fee ain't said that. I heard her say the kids was nappy headed. Now that was wrong. She apologized for that. But I ain't heard her say nothing about no kid SA, I ain't heard that, right? But what I did hear is you sit on Tasha K and tell Tasha K that Brianna said that your husband OB messed with your daughter. You didn't remember? You don't remember that? But then last night though, see, that's why Nate had to come. That's why she came last night while you was live, and she said, "Can you tell us what exactly you lied about? Because you said a lot of shit now. You said you've been saying a lot of shit over the last 3 years, so we need to know exactly what part you was lying on. So this particular part here, you said that's what Brianna said about your husband, but last night you said she ain't never did shit to you. Then you went on to say that the LaTrue support is called DSS. Now let's hear the rest of that.
On YouTube, see what she do is post different stuff on different channels and delete it right after she posted. But yeah, she did, and that was a whole lie.
So she told a whole lie. OB, did you know that? OB, you might not have watched this episode of Tasha K, but your wife was on Tasha K telling Tasha K that Brianna said that you was SAing her daughter. You might not have seen that. Y'all probably forgot. Y'all gotta fuck with that exotic and leave that Reggie alone, because I think y'all forgot about this shit. Because last night y'all asses was up on there talking about Brianna ain't that did none of y'all. So we want to know what part y'all say. Y'all said y'all set up and lied for 3 years and that y'all was getting paid $1,000 a lie. Is that what they said? Is that what they said? So we just want to know which part was the lie, because there was a lot of shit going on. So we just want to know, was this part true? Brianna said that, right?
Wow.
Y'all,
so
y'all need to get that.
So
okay,
so how long after she made this allegation did it take for CPS to get to your house?
That afternoon, I would say maybe 3 hours after somebody screenshot it and sent it to me.
Is this the screenshot here on the side? It says, okay, so this is Brianna's screenshot. You can see her little picture up here. This is her Facebook story. Now, remember last night, OB and Toya was screaming and hollering about how LaTrue supporters called DSS on her. But as you can see, this here's a screenshot of Brianna saying, y'all call social services in Rutherford. Ooh, that's a hard place to pronounce. Rutherfordton. Fuck it. Ruther. I'm gonna call it Ruther County, and report Latoya Foster for food stamp fraud. I'm sorry, y'all. Food stamp fraud and abuse with her husband on live in front of her kids. Not only did Brianna tell her people to call DSS on you, Toya, but she also told them what to say. And then not only that, but she also was spreading rumors about how your husband SA'd your daughter. So when you say that she's never done anything to you, I just want to give you this reminder, because it was a certain point in this interview that you were very emotional. It didn't look like you were lying. It looked like you were being very genuine. So let me fast forward it to the part. Now, if you were lying, you are a great actress, and I'm gonna need you to get a movie role, because you're a great actress if you were lying. Because I can't even imagine faking this type of emotion.
Because anything that I say, I put emotion in it because I'm real. I don't have to lie on anybody. I would never come for nobody's kids the way she came for mine. Ever. Ever.
So Brianna came for your kids? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta stop it though for commentary reasons. But girl, so you and OB last night, y'all was real mad because y'all was like, the truth should not be, cool with nobody that talked about your kids. But y'all cool with Brianna because y'all was giving her shout outs and saying that she was the motion and shouting out her boyfriend and all of that, and she ain't never did nothing to y'all, and she the motion and all of this. But here in this interview, you said that you would never do nobody kids the way she did your kids, but you forgave her. But it's only okay for you to forgive who you want to forgive when you want to forgive them. But it's betrayal when your brother forgives who he wants to forgive when he wants to forgive them. Now, stop me when I'm wrong. But please stop me when I'm wrong. But I don't think that I am.
Those was lies. It was different if it was something true. By all means, let them investigate me. I have nothing to hide. I have been an open book since this has started. This girl has done nothing but make up lies and throw them out there. And her fans, she has so many followers, they just take it and run with it. Oh,
wait a minute. So wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. So okay. So here in this interview, it was Brianna and her fans. But last night is LaTruth and his supporters that did all of this shit. I'm just trying to figure out when did the shift happen? I don't know, but let me continue. Then I'm gonna move on to something else.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Well, I'm gonna say that, and it's the straight up lies, and it don't make any sense at all. Like, she's not just playing with my life right now. She's playing with my kids' life.
Well, damn, Brianna was playing with your kids' life, but you forgave her. And your husband forgave her. OB, Brianna said that you touched on Latoya's daughter, but y'all was giving them shout outs last night. So who gave y'all permission to forgive Brianna? I just want to know. This is a genuine question. Who gave you guys permission to forgive her? And who does LaTruth and Kevin need to ask permission from to forgive who they want to forgive? Is there some special board of forgiveness they need to go to? Do they need to write a letter and get it notarized? Do they need to go through you to forgive who they want to forgive? Is it your choice and your decision? And if they don't move how you want them to move, you go live and humiliate yourself and your family? Is that the price they have to pay? If I don't do what Toya tell me to do, she's gonna go live and humiliate us. Okay, I guess that's how it works. I don't know. I guess that's how it works. I'm just trying to remind you of what you said. You said that Brianna did all of these things to you, and that you are upset and angry because LaTruth forgave somebody that said whatever about your kids. But you cool with somebody that talked about your kids. You cool with somebody that talked about your, unless this is the lie. Unless you're lying right here, because you said that you told a lot of lies over the last 3 years. I don't know. You said everything you said wasn't true. I don't know what you lied about. But anyway, just in case this is true, that means that you cool with somebody that talked about your motherfucking kids. How you cool with somebody that talked about your kids, but you mad at somebody else for being cool with somebody that said something about your kids? I don't know. Like I said, this is not a video to attack Toya. I just had questions because the live that she did last night didn't really make sense to me. So that's just a question I had. Let me see. Oh, I also want to say, quick disclaimer. I don't give a fuck if she get mad or if she don't like it. Okay, that's a quick disclaimer, just in case, I want to say this too. You was doing a lot of let me see, is anything showing here? You was doing a lot of drag. You and OB was doing a lot of dragging of those who have GoFundMes for attorneys. But as I showed in the beginning of this live, y'all had GoFundMe. The GoFundMe that I showed in the beginning of the live, that was I think that was like a couple years ago. This one was more recent, where it sounds like, I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I don't mind being corrected. But it sounds like she's promoting her GoFundMe here in this live stream that was done, I believe, on Facebook. So let's give it a listen.
And I wouldn't care what people say. Vicky Roberts, I appreciate it, man. But God is moving, you feel me? Like I said, a lot of people said that they're going to bless me or whatever on certain days. I'm just waiting. I just know I gotta make that payment, you feel me? But either way, God gonna move, you know what I'm saying? One thing about it, no matter what narrative it is, no matter what's going on, God always got the last say so. That's why I had to stop stressing over things that we can't control. You feel me? It's so much in this world that we just cannot control and never will be able to.
One of the things that you can't control, you feel me? One of the things you can't control is other people's money and where it goes and how they allocate it and what they decide to do with it, whether or not they want to loan it to you or not. You can't control that either. Can't get upset about things you can't control. You can't control your brothers. So all that shit that you did last night with your husband was uncalled for, unnecessary, and it didn't do anything.
But we as humans, we want to so bad that we always go to the extents to change people's minds or whatever the case may be. You gotta let people think what they gonna think and live life, man. Point blank period. Shout out to you, Vicky. I appreciate that though. I really do. Hey Tamala, good morning. And anybody else that do want to help with my lawyer, my GoFundMe is still up.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, wait a minute. Wasn't you the one last night talking about people with GoFundMes and lawyers and all of that? Hold on, wait a minute. Let's rewind that. I gotta make that bigger for the people in the back. How I make that bigger? Hold on now. This shit just be too easy. Hey, y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all funny. This lady is funny. I'm telling you, this shit. Listen, I don't have a lot of time because I gotta go to work in the morning, right? But literally, if I had the time, like if I had 4 to 5 hours like everybody else to spend online to debunk everything that you said last night, I would do that. Matter of fact, if I really wanted to, I would. But I'm not gonna. I got vacation time, okay? But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not on here to try to make. Well, that's a lie. I ain't gonna say I ain't trying to make you look bad, but I'm not on here to try to like completely demolish. You know, nah, man. But anyway, the point is that if I really wanted to like debunk everything you said last night, I could. And OB. But I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just gonna point out a couple things though, okay?
It is much needed. I didn't see OB Hood morning.
You say it's much needed.
OB as well for your lawyer. And
I'm gonna play that one more time, y'all.
I wouldn't care what people say. Vicky Roberts, I appreciate it, man. But God is moving, you feel me? Like I said, a lot of people said that they're gonna bless me or whatever on certain days. I'm just waiting. I just know I gotta make that payment, you feel me? But either way, God gonna move, you know what I'm saying? One thing about it, no matter what narrative it is, no matter what's going on, God always got the last say so. That's why I had to stop stressing over things that we can't control, you feel me? It's so much in this world that we just cannot control and never will be able to. But we as humans, we want to so bad that we always go to the extents to change people's minds or whatever the case may be. You gotta let people think what they gonna think and live life, man. Point blank period. Shout out to you, Vicky. I appreciate that though. I really do. Hey Tamala, good morning. And anybody else that do want to help with my lawyer, my GoFundMe is still up. It is much needed.
Anyway, so let me say this. Damn, y'all took that comment. Here you go. BU said I wanted to read that real quick. So when him and his sister get back on speaking terms, are y'all going to still support her? No, nope. I hope they do get back on speaking terms, though. I really do because I am totally in support of family members sticking together. Because here's what I know. I actually made this status the other day where I said that at the end of the day, they are family. And 9 times out of 10, they are going to reconcile. So I completely understand that. But that's not going to change my opinion on what she did. You understand? Because she's not my sister. She's not my family. So if I never want to support her again, I wouldn't feel any ways about that because I'm not related to her. My opinion about what she did will remain. I'm going to continue to think that she was wrong. I'm going to be happy for her for being back on speaking terms with her siblings. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Yeah, I hope they reconcile. I believe they will. But it's not going to change what I think about her at all. No. Okay, so moving on. Let me play this. This is the last thing I'm going to play. Now I'm going to hop off of here, y'all. What did I do with it? Shit. No, that's not what I'm. Where is it? Hold on, y'all. Be patient. I'm gonna find it. You was on there supporting that GoFundMe. You feel me? That GoFundMe. You feel me? Damn, where is the video? Hold on, y'all. Quick intermission. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Hold on. Let me see. I had it. You know what? I think it's over here. Let me pull this down. Thank you to the person that inboxed me as well. Okay. I want to pull this up. And then this is just I just wanted to play this because again, you know, I also, even though I don't necessarily agree with much of anything that Amora says, and that's obvious, I do want to play this because I'm interested in maybe Toya will come back and break some things down for people because I think a lot of people have questions because when she says that she told a lot of lies, I think people want to know exactly what she's talking about because it seemed like she was being pretty genuine in her exposure and what she was saying. One of the things that she said yesterday is that Brianna's not a bad person, or she doesn't know she's a bad person. She doesn't know she's a bad mother. She doesn't know she's a bad wife. But in this particular live here, I tried to go to the timestamp. She goes on to say how Brianna was never a genuine wife. As a matter of fact, she never married LaTruth out of real love. She really only got with him because of the amount of followers that he had. She actually said that the only reason that Brianna got with him was because he had 8.9 million followers, which also brings me back to what OB said. If you remember, OB said that LaTruth never had any emotion. He never actually blew up until Brianna came around and they ended up getting a divorce. Well, that's interesting. And the reason I say it's interesting is because, well, most of the times when somebody has 8.9 million followers, that's more followers than most celebrities. That's a lot of followers. So for somebody to say that a person had no motion and had no traction, I find that hard to believe, especially with somebody already before they ever met Brianna had 8.9 million followers. You have to remember that Brianna was actually a $10 an hour video vixen at one point before she met LaTruth, and she had actually gotten in LaTruth's inbox because she was trying to get exposure as a model. So she saw how many followers he had. So remember, Brianna contacted LaTruth. Now remember, they're saying LaTruth is not the motion. He ain't shit. But she approached him. She went into his inbox. He already had 8.9 million followers. Brianna didn't have a following. Ain't just no Rudy Poo anybody have 8.9 million followers. Now, it's crazy for OB to say something like that. And the reason I say that is because for OB to be an aspiring artist and wanting to, you know, get into the music industry, for you to call somebody who has a song with a legend such as Snoop Dogg and has his music on what is it, Apple, and all of these other streaming sites, music videos and everything like that. When you go to comedy shows and strip clubs, they're playing his music. For you to say that he don't got no motion, but you still trying to get on. You don't have a song with Snoop Dogg. You don't have a song with any big artist. He does though. He's accomplished more. So even if he ain't shit, he still has accomplished more than you have. Show some respect. Okay? Bow down. Because he's still done more in the industry than you, still trying to get your pinky toe in there. And you got nerve to talk about that his songs ain't shit and that he ain't shit and he ain't the motion. He ain't ever did nothing. But you ain't, but who have you made a song with Snoop Dogg? Have you gotten your music streaming on Apple Music and all of these different sites? Have you done that? It's crazy, right? Listening to somebody drag you and say you ain't shit, but they haven't done half of what you've done and haven't made half of the money that you've made. Have still yet to get their following out of the thousands. He's in the millions. There's no comparison. But let's go ahead and play this. Now I'm gonna get off the tab.
To Jamaica, I knew then when it was in Jamaica that Miss LaTruth is a phony. That little soft voice and her talking, that shit ain't true. Like, Miss LaTruth is a gold digger. She only got with my brother because he had a page that had 8 million followers.
Wait. Y'all, I'm gonna get off here because Toya, you and your husband need to come back live, and y'all need to just take all that shit back that y'all said yesterday because it's too much. I ain't even listen. I didn't even look that hard for this stuff. It's too much stuff on the internet to dispute everything that y'all said last night. Y'all just need to just go ahead. Is the live still up? Yeah, you need to take that shit down. Because y'all, first of all, last night y'all said he wasn't emotion, but here in this video, you said that she went after him because he was the motion.
Truth is a gold digger. She only got with my brother because he had a page that had 8 million followers. This girl had nothing. She was
wait. I thought that she was the motion. Last night y'all said, hold on now, Toya. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on now. Now you gonna have to explain this shit. Like, you and OB need to, y'all gotta have to explain. You said that you said last night, you said, I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Well, I ain't got time. Last night, somebody sent me that screenshot. Last night you said Brianna was the motion. You said that last night. Now look what you're saying here.
This girl had nothing. She was pretending to be a model. Nobody never heard of her. Nobody seen her on the front of a magazine. My brother helped build her platform up to where she at now.
Wait a minute. I thought y'all said that Brianna. Wait a minute. Last night, remember that, y'all? Last night, OB said that Brianna actually put LaTruth on, and if it wasn't for Brianna, LaTruth wouldn't be where he is today. Now that's what was said now. So now, okay. So now we're gonna have to run that back, Turbo.
Now that my brother is tired of her going through his phone, she take all the kids' phone at night. She's very insecure. Even though she's pretty, Brianna is very insecure. And it's sad that she can honestly sit up here and tell y'all all these lies and y'all run with it because the simple fact that she's a woman. Women can beat on men too. On the video I seen, her first video, she said he broke her hand. If he broke your hand, I've been doing nursing for 23 years. If he broke your hand, you would have a cast on 24/7.
Now, last night, OB said, now, a lot of that, now, hold on, wait a minute. Now, I'm not going to play they live, but last night, I know what I heard. And last night, you and OB was on there saying that, a lot of that stuff that Brianna came out and said was true. A lie, but sound to me like you saying everything that she said was a lie. Oh, that's what happened, Cassandra. Oh, okay, got you. Okay, so she only came on here and said this stuff because LaTruth told her to say it, and she admitted that she don't know nothing. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool. So okay, Cassandra, thank you for clearing that up for us, because if it wasn't for you coming in the chat telling us that, then I would have drugged this shit way the fuck out. Like, for real. Like, if you wouldn't have came in here and cleared that up for my chat, we would have been fucked up because we was confused. So now it makes sense. Oh, okay. So she only did all of this shit because he told her to do it. So back then she was lying, but now she's telling the truth. And we know that, right? Got you, Cassandra. All right. Let's finish playing the rest of this live, and then I'm gonna call it a night.
This girl had a brace on, a cast on her hand one day. If you look at the live she made the second time where she was showing Facebook and all of that, she did not have that brace on her hand no more. That brace was gone. That's because it's a lie. It's a fake.
It's a damn lie. You damn right. That is the toy I like. This the damn toy I was supporting.
If your hand broke, you're not gonna have a brace today and a brace not tomorrow because you feel better. Because if your hand broke, that bone is broken in half and it has to stay in place to heal. With that being said, she also got on here saying, "Oh, he put a toe."
Hey, hold on. Hey, Toya. In this video, you calling out so many of her lies that you can't even get them all out fast enough. She's stuttering and shit. She can't get all the lies out fast. She looking to the side trying to remember what else. She looking to the side. She like, shit, hold on. What other lie this bitch done told? I'm just saying, all of this is so hilarious. Like when you go back and when you actually, y'all, I'm telling y'all, do it for you. If y'all want a good laugh, go watch. I believe she put the live back up. But if y'all want a good laugh, go to Toya YouTube channel and watch it over again and listen to all of that shit that her and OB said last night, and then go on Facebook and look at her old videos about Brianna. I'm talking about funny. What? You are gonna be cracking up. This shit is hilarious as hell.
Hold on me. But everybody is saying he's abusive because he threw a 1 pound tote on her head because she took his phone and his laptop. But no, everybody's failing to realize this girl admitted on her live that she kicked him, scratched him, went in her pocket, maced him before he put the tote on top of her head. And y'all honestly still sitting up talking about this boy abused her. Y'all sound stupid as she do. Come on now. Sierra is just doing this stuff to get views and to get followers. She's never had a fan page ever. My brother has never put his hands on Sierra Watkins ever in his life. And told me and your family that baby was my brother's, trying to get that.
She's talking about Sierra now. I don't cover Sierra like that. I
don't agree with anything they hear. And what's sad is that this woman actually sit on live yesterday and said, I maced him, I kicked him, I scratched him, I tried to get his phone out of his pocket, I took his laptop and ran.
Toya, what you say? She said, hold on. What you say, Toya? Toya, wait, hold on. Toya, what happened?
Like I said, I maced him, I kicked him, I scratched him, I tried to get his phone out of his pocket, I took his laptop and ran, and then he threw a 1 pound tote over my head. I don't know if y'all know what a tote is, but a tote is a big basket that you put clothes and stuff in. There's no way a tote broke your finger.
Girl.
Like, come on now.
Okay.
Then she called the police. Brianna called the police.
Then she did that. What else happened?
The police came.
Okay.
She told the same thing she telling y'all to the police. The police looked at my brother's video and laughed. He was never charged. He was never taken to jail.
What?
But y'all want her acting like y'all the law judging him, saying that he beat this woman when he didn't.
Y'all, I don't care if this girl got 5 million followers. She's a compulsive liar, and
Say what?
I said in her face. I've been telling my brother this since I met her, since I went to Jamaica.
Oh, wait a minute. So the truth wasn't coming to you, telling you what to say and to hate Brianna. You was going to him to tell him about Brianna. Run that back, Turbo.
This since I met her, since I went to Jamaica. The girl this since her face. I've been telling my brother this since I met her, since I went to Jamaica. The girl is no good. Now he sees it. And I hate that he found out this way. The girl is no good, and I mean that. The girl met my brother with a platform. Now she's trying to destroy him to build herself up.
Is that what she doing? Now what you doing?
And to build Sierra up. When, like I said from the beginning, the only reason why Sierra Watkins is going along with this crap that Brianna is going through, because if y'all can remember, everybody that's been following them, y'all know Brianna been talking about Sierra the whole time. They've been going back and forth the whole time. Paying this girl rent. For what? Paying my rent, I ain't gonna tell on them neither. On her side.
Hold on now. What you said you would do for the money?
If a motherfucker paying my rent, I ain't gonna tell on them neither.
What? Money, 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 money.
Because I don't want them to keep paying my rent.
Is that what you want?
And that's exactly what Sierra is doing. And Brianna is shiesty as can be. She had me knocked off my Latoya's unique page for the simple fact she don't want me to speak the truth. But I'm going to speak my piece regardless of the fact. I don't care what nobody say and how nobody feel about it. Yeah, I'm a woman. I would never in my life side with my brother if I know 100% that he has been beating this woman. Ever. And I have went through abuse myself with my husband. So what I look like saying, okay, my brother beat you and it's okay. No, it's not okay for no man to beat a woman. Ever. But at the same
Never mind. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
time, a woman ain't supposed to be beating no man either. And I've seen no proof, period, that my brother has beat her because she got a brace. What does that mean?
Not a motherfucking thing.
I can go buy the stuff she had on her hand and wrap my own hand up, to be honest. And that's just being truthful. And anybody watching this know I'm telling the truth. The same little brown tape she had on her hand, I can go to Walmart Dollar Store right now and buy that same exact stuff and wrap my hand up and say, oh, my husband broke my finger. Come on now. How he break your finger when on the video you standing there texting the whole entire time calling the police? And then the next video, like I said, she posted not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, she didn't have no type of brace on her finger whatsoever.
With her lying ass.
The brace was gone.
Gone.
She was sitting in a chair like this with her intro on off YouTube.
Okay.
There was no brace on her finger. I looked.
It wasn't there.
I definitely looked. And even if I had any type of feeling that she was telling the truth, I wouldn't believe her after I talked to my niece Desharia yesterday on the phone.
What did Desharia say?
Me and my sister talked to them on three-way yesterday. And when Desharia got on the phone, I asked her what happened. Desharia was stuttering.
Was she?
Couldn't get her words together. And then in the background, you hear Miss LaTruth telling her what to say.
Well, ain't that bad a bitch? Manipulation. Well.
And my niece still couldn't get it right. She still couldn't say what this woman said. For the simple fact, I know deep down inside Desharia love her daddy. Brianna, she's a fan of Brianna's. Like all these people out here that's co-signing with Brianna, they fans.
Big fans.
They straight fans. So they believe everything she say. I can guarantee you if half of the ladies on here say, my boyfriend beat me, everybody that hear you say it gonna run with it. What?
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was now this particular live went down in the history books. You know what I'm saying? This is the Toya that I used to support. You know what I mean? I used to be all up in her chat, agreeing, co-signing, because she was making sense back then, you know. So Toya, I'm about to get off, but I want to say this. Nobody stopped supporting you because of your brothers. Nobody stopped supporting you because of Amber. Nobody stopped supporting you because of anything other than you. you have to understand when you're coming out here doing one thing, you gain a certain demographic of supporters. And then when you stop doing that thing, you may lose those supporters. It's nothing personal. That's like if I get on here and I support the truth every day, but then I come back and I start defending Brianna and start dragging all the content creators that support the truth. Guess what? I'm gonna lose support, and the demographic of my support is gonna change. It's not because anyone is making somebody not support me. It's not because I'm not getting support from my peers or whatever. It's because I chose to change my perspective. And it seems like you chose to change your perspective. But, you know, in true fashion, you don't take accountability for anything. So you didn't lose supporters because of your perspective shifting. You lost support because of your brothers, right? That's what you want to say. So I'm about to get off of here. This was a fun live. Let me see. I want to see this comment. I'm sorry if I wasn't really reading the comments, y'all. I was on a different screen pretty much the whole time. Did I reach my goal? I wasn't even paying attention. Probably not, because I wasn't pushing it like that, but it's okay. Thank you to everybody that donated to my channel. You know what? Let me see. Let me look at my phone. So I think somebody sent me a cash app. Thank you for the super chat, super stickers, the likes, the views, and let's see who sent this. I can't find it. Damn, I wish. Thank you, Rosalind, for that cash app. I appreciate you, girl. I'm about to get off of here. This is probably the last live I'm gonna do about the Foster Hampton Wesley saga. I said what I said. I meant what I said. I think I proved what I meant and why I have the perspective that I have. And I think I really showed a lot of contradiction in the statements that you made between this particular live and others and the one that you did last night. So maybe you'll come live, you know, and explain why you lied so much on these videos, apparently, that you did in the past. And maybe even offer some acting classes, because if you were lying, you're a hell of an actress. Okay, so get ready to get off. Thank you for joining me tonight, y'all. I ain't even gonna tell y'all when the next time it is that I'm gonna come live, because I don't know. So what's going on, Rich? I didn't even see you in here, but I'm about to lay it down. Man, I hope somebody else maybe go live. I don't know. I guess I know it is kind of late, so. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Peace. If y'all didn't like the live stream, when y'all came in, make sure that you all like it on the way out. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. All right, y'all.